Hey, how's everyone doing? Hopefully your hump day went well. Mine was good. I'm trying out a new space for filming. One of my best friends, has been doing YouTube for a few years now, and it's funny because I was actually going to text her today and ask her how I was doing, because she's kind of been the backbone to all of this and kind of been the one that pushed me to go ahead and try this out. So she texted me and she gave me some tips on lighting, so I'm going to mess with lighting, but for now I'm just going to try it in a different corner of my room. And I didn't set up this corner for filming. This is actually how my room is set up now that I moved into my new room. It just happens to have a lamp right on top of me, so I don't know, I need to mess with lighting some more, but again, I'm new to all of this. It's been fun, it's been interesting, and a lot of people have been messaging still. Thank you so much for watching the videos. This is only the fourth one, but the support that I'm getting, I can't thank you enough. After yesterday's Q&A, which was actually so much fun to do because I really had to think about some of those questions, as some of you could tell, I'm sure. One of the questions I got was to explain my family again, because apparently, and watching it again, I only mentioned who was in my family. I didn't really mention too much about who they are and what my family's about. Which who they are and who is in it makes up a huge portion of that, but I'll be specific. I have two amazing parents. My dad was born in Mexico. He was born in Zacatecas, and he was one of 4 children born in Mexico. And then they moved to the United States when he was about 2 years old, I believe, and he has 2 younger brothers. And my mom comes from a family of 4 girls and 1 boy, with the boy being the youngest. So she's always been very protective and had a protective vibe when it comes to me. I'm assuming because she protected her little brother, as her sisters did, because he was the youngest. But for those who were wondering how I'm Mexican, because I get it a lot, like, are you half, are you a quarter, because you don't look Mexican. I am full Mexican, and it's something that I'm actually very, very proud of. My parents have been in their careers respectfully. My mom's been doing it for, how old am I, 27? My mom's been doing it for about 30 years, and my dad has been doing his career since high school. He's been in the service industry. He worked for Coca-Cola throughout high school, and then he worked for Keebler Cookies when I was in elementary and into junior high while I was still in Lubbock. And then he started working with Cisco Food Services, which is really cool because he knows all the really great restaurants to eat at anywhere in the valley, because he covers all of this territory. So we're always trying new restaurants. I'm such a foodie. As a matter of fact, the other day at the gym, some guy was like, "Hey, you're bulking really good." I wanted to slap him because I just eat. Like, I'm not bulking, I'm eating because it's something that I love to do. But I guess it's not looking too bad, thankfully, but I was just like, what? I don't want to be bulky. So, a compliment that was unintentional, I'm sure, but it made me laugh, because I eat like no other, and all my friends can vouch for that. But, as I was saying in my Q&A video, it is just me and my baby sister. She's 5 years younger than me. She's 22. And I didn't like when I found out about her. I was an only child for 4 years, and when my parents told me that there was a baby coming, I thought, oh, okay, like, then she'll go somewhere else, or he'll go somewhere else. At the time, we didn't know it was a girl, but on my dad's side, we're all J's. We all begin with a J. And so, whenever she was coming, or when my mom was pregnant with her, my dad took me to watch Aladdin, and we didn't have a J name. And I think Jasmine is the absolutely Yeah, absolutely. I think Jasmine is the most absolute gorgeous princess in all of the Disney characters. I'm a huge fan of Ariel. I'm a huge Little Mermaid fan, but I just think Jasmine is gorgeous. And so at 4.5 years old, I told my parents, name my sister Jasmine, and they did. And growing up, I think she really hated that I named her Jasmine. I think she would have preferred another name, of course within the J's. But it's not becoming too uncommon when the older sibling is naming the younger sibling. Maybe it's just a form of easing into not being an only child. I don't know what it is, but when she has other kids, I've asked her if she's gonna let my niece name her, and she was like, yeah, right, they'll probably be called Doc McStuffins or Minnie Mouse, because my niece is obsessed with Minnie Mouse at the moment. So she was like, probably not right now if it happens, but I guess we'll see when my sister decides to have another baby if my niece will get as lucky as I was to name my sister. We're the only two in our whole family with red hair and colored eyes, which I love. I think it makes us unique. But even though we're the only two siblings, again, our cousins and all of us, on both sides actually, we're all within the same age range. And so when we moved to the Valley, we actually lived with 4 of my cousins, because we moved in with my dad's youngest brother and his family. They moved here the year before we did, so we moved in with them, and those 4 have really become like siblings. I don't have any brothers, and I have 3 surrogate ones. I have my cousins. One of them lives in Austin. I'm really close with him because we actually went to high school together. We graduated together. My older cousin, who's only a few months older than me, he was a grade above us, but they're brothers, and we went to high school together, so he's like a second older brother. And my baby cousin in that family is actually in the Navy, but thank God for Snapchat, because we actually get to keep up with him and get to see what it is that he's doing. And my cousin, the girl, because on the Gutierrez side, there's only 1 girl per family. It's really weird, but every sibling has at least 1 child, and at least 1 child in each family is a girl. All the girls are really close. The one that we moved in with, her 3 brothers, her and I have become really close as well, just because we like the same things, we're interested in the same activities, we're both very single. So we go out together, and it's actually a really good time. I have a really good time with my cousin. So her and my sister are extremely close too, so it's great to see their interaction. They've really grown up together, because when we moved here, my sister was still in elementary and my cousin was just starting junior high, so they've kind of followed each other. So really close to my dad's side. The rest of my cousins on my dad's side, other than those 4, and all of my cousins on my mom's side, live in Lubbock. And again, because we're all around the same age, I talk to them constantly. I don't get to see them as much because Lubbock, from where I live, is about a 13-14 hour drive. But yeah, I don't know what I would do without them. Growing up in Lubbock, they are and were, especially back then, a huge part of my life. And one of the reasons why I'm really learning Spanish and really wanting to learn is because as my abuelita, who is my dad's mom, as she's gotten older, her English, she would much rather just speak Spanish. It's a lot easier for her, and so I am aspiring to communicate with her, and because I don't like doing it through my parents. But my mom's side, when my grandmother was alive, she only spoke Spanish as well, so I would have to talk to her through my mom, and I didn't really get to tell her as much as I wanted to. I would have to talk to her through my mom, but that's completely fine, because with my parents I'm completely transparent. I can tell them anything. They're definitely 2 of my closest friends. And when going back to my video yesterday when I said we grew up in the church, my dad's father was a Methodist almost choked there. A Methodist minister. So I grew up in the Methodist church, and I still am Methodist, and it's definitely in my backbone. I love it. I can't say anything negative about it. I've never gone to church and felt uncomfortable, which makes me keep wanting to go. It's great. So that's just a little bit of my backstory. And one of the reasons why I aspire to do and be successful is because I really am the product. I'm the product of field workers, and where most people probably wouldn't admit that, I have so much pride in where my parents are today because of where they started. And I aspire to be just as successful as they are, and to be successful for them and provide for them eventually, just because growing up they've always done anything that they could to ensure that my sister and I not only had what we wanted or needed, but more times than none what we wanted. That's what I was trying to say. So I wanted to just kind of explain my family, and I thought it was really cool that I was getting so many messages on if I could explain it, just because, and watching it back, I again said who was in it. I didn't really explain who my family was or what they were like. And again, it's funny that I got so many messages asking to explain it, because tonight my sister actually got engaged. So it's really cool that the messages kind of tied in, and whenever this happened I knew that this is what my vlog would be about today. So my sister is officially off the market to an amazing guy who is like a brother. And he just absolutely adores my sister and my niece and my parents. They're all moving in, as if you've been following the videos know that now our home is going to be a home of 6, and so it's wedding planning on. I was a fashion major and I was an interior design major in college, and so my mind's just been running wild with what my sister's wedding is going to be like. So now, as a family and as siblings with our mom and with our dad and with his family, we get to really connect and get ready for a really special occasion. We're really excited for them. So congratulations to my baby sister, and to Edgar, who is her future husband, since you know my sister's name is Jasmine, and my niece Jayla, on starting a new chapter in their life and becoming a family. We're excited. So go ahead and subscribe on my YouTube. Subscribe on my YouTube. I'm just so anxious. It just happened, so I'm kind of like rambling because I'm trying not to make this video long, but it is going to be. So subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on those, and I'm pretty sure I'll be posting wedding updates, and I'm pretty sure another vlog will include, maybe I'll have the two of them on with me one day and just do a little Q&A with them and see if they're really compatible, which is kind of scary. They are really a lot alike. They're a lot alike. Anyways, share the video. Again, I need 500 subscribers before I can do a custom URL, and shoot me any Q&A tag videos, or if you want to talk to me about anything. People have been messaging me about ideas and opinions. I'm giving it to you. I hope it helps you, and if it doesn't, then help me to help you, so I know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm burping, which is, again, anxiousness, because my sister just got engaged. So, yeah, y'all guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.